So Hakeem, great player.
Awesome. We're getting pretty into depth with these guys. So like we actually talked about a bunch of guys who are reasonably well known actually. I actually want to go down this list and mention some guys that probably I think are pretty underrated. They don't get brought up very often. Look, number 10 on this list, number 9 on this list actually, Julius Erving, Dr. J. The reason so what I did with this list is I actually put ABA awards in it too. So like people tend to people tend to overlook the ABA. But the problem is the NBA doesn't account for the ABA stats and awards. They don't show up here, but they really should, right? Because that's part of the NBA now. The players in the ABA were probably just as good as the players in the NBA. They did an All-Star game back in 71 and 72. Came down to 2 points. All-Star game between NBA and ABA, right? That's why I think ABA awards should be counted as well. Anyways, Julius Erving, you wouldn't believe, 4 MVPs and 3 rings if you count his ABA awards. That's about the same as LeBron. I mean, then people don't realize like Dr. J how many awards he actually has if you count his ABA stuff, man. That's why I have him like number 9 on this list, right? Very underrated.
Right. Dr. J accolades. Yeah. Dr. J is amazing. My only knock on Dr. J is he's not the best shooter, and that's really the biggest problem. End to end on a fast break, the guy's amazing, but not the best shooter, and I think that's a bit of a liability. And that's the difference between him and Michael Jordan. They're both athletic; they can both jump out of the gym. But the difference is Jordan can actually shoot. And there's a misconception that people always thought that young Jordan couldn't shoot. Young Jordan was amazing in the mid-range. Like young Jordan was polished already with a great mid-range game. The guy was a killer in mid-range. He was always a killer in the mid-range. And so you can't even leave him open in the mid-range. He can hit those shots. And Dr. J actually was pretty hit and miss in the mid-range. And that's the biggest difference between these two players.
Nice. Yeah, I still have him in my top 3, probably, small forwards, right after Eric Bird. But...
Oh, small forward, LeBron's got it, for sure.
I have LeBron,
one. It's not even
Bird,
close.
Dr. J, in that order.
You got to throw Scottie Pippen in there somewhere as well. I mean...
I do, but he's not in my top 5, actually.
Okay. How about this? Who's your top 5 for small forwards?
It actually depends. Actually, on this list, Scottie Pippen's ranked higher, but... No, wait. No, he isn't. He is just outside the top 5. Okay. We'll actually go down to one of these guys. Hondo Havlicek. He's in my top 5.
Yep.
So the reason I have him above Pippen, like actually, if you do a head-to-head comparison, okay, people don't realize Hondo, not only like was he, he was out better, I would say better than Pippen offensively, almost just as good defensively. People don't realize the guy had 14 all-defensive selections. Pippen with 10. Havlicek was pretty good defender as well. And obviously very good offensive player, and his stats just better all across the board than Pippen, right? And this not knocking too much on Pippen because he played with Jordan. Obviously, his stats aren't going to be as good. But Hondo also played with Russell, Cowens, JoJo White, so he played with a bunch of good guys too. But I rank Hondo higher. Like people people forget about this because he played in the 70s, but Hondo was great. He's also one of the most clutch players, I think. Like that one play where he steals the ball at the end. Like, people forget about Hondo. 8-0 in the finals, by the way. That's a better record than Jordan.
Yeah, but of course, he played on the Russell's the Russell team. So
still very impressive, right?